They turn on a light on the Sunny. Usopp yells for the others, but it's tense. Since even the Sunny's light doesn't go that far. If you take a screenshot here, you could make a cool wallpaper. Brook's heart rate is high because of the darkness. Nami says the ship has no brakes and tells them to stay sharp. I want to see SpongeBob try and catch that jellyfish. She even gives them a hug. And tells Chopper, give me a high five. And Robin shouts, don't high five her, Chopper. He backs off from being nice. A big fish arrives to devour them. But Frankie runs off, and the fish only gets the jellyfish. The look on their faces, like they almost became fish food. Or was it the other way around? Robin just saved Chopper's skin. Learn not to just high-five anyone, Chopper. And they keep sinking. Brook even says the creatures probably can't see them. So Usopp and Chopper start messing with them. But there are monsters that can see better than them. And Brook asks, how do you think I see without eyes? Now I want to see you answer that one, Smarty. Frankie asks if Brook has been sniffing some instant orange juice. Slash grabs onto a rope. And then they realize that Orochimaru used a substitution jutsu. Frankie says, he must have gone back to his own anime. Usopp thinks he just ran off to the base. But then he realizes, no, he freed himself. And now he's just trying to spy on Nami and Robin in the bath. Frankie's chill since he's weak anyway. Orochimaru is happy because the three strongest have disappeared. Although I think even Chopper could take him out. Everyone's looking around in every direction. But then, like a titan, Frankie approaches Orochimaru, who's over there fantasizing about making money off of them. Until he gets locked in a barrel and starts being called Chavez. Brook even asks, how did he get in that barrel? And Frankie responds, through the door, you idiot. But lucky for him, the muddy guy is dumb. Since he has the power of a devil fruit. He was just pretending to be trapped before. And he yells from inside the barrel, get me out of here, and I'll clean the ship for you. Chopper starts feeling super hot. Wait, where the heck did they end up now? Nami's already freaking out. Because they're in an underwater volcano. And if it erupts, we'll have Mugiwara barbecue. They're already panicking. Your crab buddy got an upgrade here. The look of a criminal who didn't leave a like on the video. Is everything in this place ugly? It's like the savannah. Chopper is sure that Luffy and the others became lunch. Their air is slowly running out. And then, a light appears at the end of the tunnel. But it looks way too pretty to be anything good. For those who don't get Bat Code, Frankie said, leave a like and subscribe. Told you it was a trap. And before they became food, Frankie saved them again with his dash. But then everyone gets more terrified than someone seeing their bills to pay. And then we see a giant sea dwarf, who gives the fish a furious slap. And he says, stop trying to eat junk. Sid meme. Usopp's tongue is longer than his nose now. And goodbye to Nami's straight hair. But then a skull starts to approach them. And it's not Brook, the crew member. If that octopus guy is inside, I'm gonna freak out. And Brook is terrified of the ghost ship. Even though he's already dead, right? And then the ship turns out to be the Flying Dutchman. And sit tight, here comes a story. Before Michael Jordan existed, a captain smelled sea salt. And started throwing his crew members into the sea. He even put a curse on them. Guess the name of that scoundrel, and you'll win an epee by mail. But the ship keeps getting closer to them. The little hand tells the giant dwarf to crush them. But before he could, he took a right hook, Popo style. And it was the Kraken, who came with the monkey on his back. Or better yet, on his shoulders. And everyone's more excited than I am when the 13th salary comes. Since Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji survived all that chaos. And here's to some boobs so we can all celebrate in style. The boss tells the other guy to stop taking a nap. The relief of having more space now. And wouldn't you know, he really tamed the Kraken. That damn smile gets me every time. I'm sure that's how he won the Kraken's heart. And then they're guided by the octopus. But then everything starts to shake. Remember the volcano from a few minutes ago? Yeah, well, now the house is collapsing, my friends. Pause for a second to ask you, who's your favorite Mugiwara? But let's get back to the underwater mess. Things are heating up. Even the villain here left the area. Nami tells Luffy to tell the Kraken to get out of there too. But it wasn't even necessary. The octopus doesn't want to become barbecue today. Frankie even says, the explosion's gonna be huge. But Luffy says he wants to see how it goes. And the eruption finally happens. I hope Akainu isn't there. The problem is that the lava is catching up to them. Sanji tries again to talk to Nami. But his obsession takes over again. But they're really close to Fishman Island. And she screams, "Jump in the hole, people!" And they need to jump quickly because the lava's right behind them. But they keep diving down with full speed. And the octopus jumps, reminding me of a spider here. But there are rocks falling on them. But the octopus has some serious dodge skills. And Zoro tells Luffy to hold him down, so he can go outside and cut the rocks. But Robin holds them back and says, "My friend, if you go out there, you're gonna end up like Leonardo DiCaprio. You've never seen Titanic, have you?" So Usopp shoots special plants that manage to hold the rocks in place. Chopper's happy because Usopp finally did something. Now's their chance to get out of there. And Luffy gives Usopp a little praise. Okay, it was deserved. But when they were almost there, the squid hits its head on the rock. And they fall into the abyss, and that's where they die. The end. Now, in a much brighter place. Robin wonders if they ended up in the sky. But since Brook is here, maybe it's somewhere else. And Nami confirms for everyone. They finally arrived at Fishman Island. And they all start celebrating for making it there. Even Orochimaru, who's still in the barrel, zaz. And Sanji's more excited than ever. Because he'll finally see mermaids in person. And he's about to pass out just imagining what you already know. So much that Usopp tells him to stop being so perverted. But it seems like it's already too late. At least it's not a picture of naked women, right? But Sanji is determined, and even if he dies, he wants to see those mermaids no matter what. And the man's flame level goes Super Saiyan. While Luffy only cares about what kind of food they'll have there. A fishman asks why the Kraken became their friend. But he runs off scared of the guy. And here we have something really curious, crew. A bear seal. A golden lionfish. An elefish. A giraffesaurus. A sea gorilla. And a rhino waterfall. What the heck? Discovery needs to check this out. Luffy's face, imagining a new kind of seafood. But there's someone riding the animals. And he says he knows the Straw Hats. Because he watched a video from Davy Jones. Saying he started watching One Piece from Egghead. It's IT, the fish wise. The fish who makes smoke signals. And the fish who listens to Reginaldo Rossi. He asks if they are allies or enemies. And gives them two options. Either surrender right now. Or comment on Luffy, and they can go free. Meanwhile, Nami tells Frankie to stay sharp. Since Luffy has a short fuse. But they're in enemy territory. And she tells him to use the last bit of air they have. To force their way into Fishman Island. Robin agrees with Nami. And IT reinforces the doubt. Luffy replies, they've already commented because they're humble. And in the next episode of One Piece, the guy will try to shoot Luffy. But with Gear Second, I think it's going to go badly for them. Sanji will finally swim with the mermaids. Then we'll play the game of 7 mistakes. And of course, more boobs, as always. And the return of Patrick Star in the anime. And did I mention we're going to have more boobs? The next episode of One Piece will be The Mermaid Paradise. Arriving at Fishman Island. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next recap. Crew, and a huge thank you to everyone who stayed until the end. You know the channel, you're going to love it. See you in the next video, thanks, and take care.